Let's try again. Sunday sister session. Sister, come join me. Sorry, we had connection issues, so I had to, let's bring in the sis, had to restart the session.
Oh no. Hi. I can hear you now.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm going to turn you up a little bit. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Sorry, I did have my headphones in, but there was a funny connection, and you know, like with iPhones, with these things, you can take photos by pressing.
Yes.
Well, it was just taking photos whilst we were on the live, so it kept cutting me out.
Oh. How are you?
I'm good, apart from, look at this.
What? I can't see. Oh! Oh, God!
I burnt myself.
Oh, what, making candles?
Making a hot water bottle.
Oh, that's nasty. Are you treating it? Oh, my gosh. That's hardcore.
I had to cancel my reflexology sessions today because I couldn't.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Did you soak it properly for the right length of time?
Yeah, I did it last night.
Oh, you poor thing. Ow.
Yeah. So
that's nasty.
I put on a party dress to make me feel better.
Let's see.
I don't know how I can show you.
The line keeps going. I hope it's not stuttering because your thing keeps whirling in a circle as though my connection or your connection's bad. Let me see. I can't see the dress. Oh, lovely. Oh, it feels like Christmas.
I'm wearing slippers with them. Hang on. Oh, I don't know.
And rightly so. You're at home and you need to relax. I'm wearing one of my t-shirts.
Yay! What does it say? Because I can't read it backwards.
I know it's I don't know if it's going to come out like this on the thing. I am enough. You are enough.
Oh, I love
it. So I've genuinely forgotten what we're talking about today.
No,
because I've just been uploading that. You know, I've had all these issues trying to get hold of the footage of our last two sessions. So I've just been uploading them and doing screenshots and watching them to get an idea of what to put in the description. And now I'm like, what are we doing again today now? What?
When is enough?
Oh, that was quite apt then, though.
It's very good. You teed yourself up and you didn't know it.
On the topic of goodness. Okay.
But how are you?
Me?
How are you?
Me? You know what? I am so good this week. Like, it's been amazing.
Nice.
I think I've been really practicing what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
That whole, positive, not doing the bad talking.
Yeah.
And to ourselves, to other people, even with the situation that's going on and everything. Yeah. I just keep either turning it around or having some kind of positive angle, and it's made a massive difference.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And like I literally feel on cloud 9, like which is love. I'm very grateful for I'm really grateful for our chats actually, because it does help to keep me on track.
Same.
I
look forward to them.
Me too. Hi, Kelly Kid.
Hello.
Welcome to the party.
I'm wearing a party dress, Kelly.
Yeah.
It's all glittery and slippers.
I love it. I love it.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you, Kellykins?
No. Lisa, what is your drink of choice? Have you got a drink tonight?
I did go for the alcohol today. It's a Chenin Blanc. It's so funny. I discovered, what did I discover? Oh, what was it called now? Oh, it's going to be, this isn't funny if I can't remember what it's called. It was a red wine that I discovered. And I was telling my friends, like, and my flatmate's boyfriend, like, oh, you know, I had this amazing wine today. It was blah, 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 blah. And he just looked at me and he went, you mean blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, maybe that one. So embarrassing. You know, you just get
when
totally,
you pronounce it wrong.
yeah, like really badly.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing,
that's
isn't
the
it?
same with like with names, people's names, isn't it? I remember the first time I ever met someone called Siobhan, and I called them Siobhan. And that was at work. She's like, no, my name's Siobhan.
I mean, it's so bad that you might be able to style it out as a joke.
No, because I really didn't style it out. I was like, that doesn't even sound like it could be Siobhan.
To be fair, I don't think I would have known if I didn't go to school with a Siobhan. I wouldn't have known, to be fair.
And when I first
Ellie said she's been trying to be positive all week as well.
Good.
Kelly, I'd love to know how you're getting on with that, because like it's made a massive difference for me. How have you been getting on with it, Jen?
Yeah, good, thank
Yeah?
you. I've had a bit of a I had a really bad migraine on Wednesday, which just came out of nowhere, so that kind of took me out for 24 hours. But apart from that, and burning my hand. Apart from that, it's been very good. And I did a post actually yesterday about try and look on the bright side of life, try and live on the bright side of life.
Yeah.
And things like that. And I feel like little affirmations and things saying to myself is really helping. And I've been making sure if someone compliments me on something, I don't go, oh yeah, but as we were talking of last week. So I've really been conscious to stop myself doing that.
That is awesome. That's awesome. I'm also like researching things. Like if I'm hearing a bit of a grumble about what's been going on or whatever, I'm doing my research on it and then like looking for something that I can actually do about it. That's a positive action. Like for example, there's a development that's being opposed on the island at the moment. And, you know, apparently some like backhanders have been happening and some naughty things going on, allowing it to go ahead. And like normally, you know, my normal response would be to get angry, to do some ranty posts on Facebook and urge people to take action and stuff. But instead, I'm just sharing information in a non-emotional way, but only in a way that I feel is enlightening and helping other people to, you know, spread the word and also to take action. So like I've been writing posts and letters and things like that, and then I feel great about it, and I'm not being dragged down into this like
lower vibrations
of going like, oh, you know, instead I'm just like, I'm aware of it and I'm trying to do something about it, and also I'm not wasting my energy
because it's so
being cross about something that is essentially not to do with me. There's nothing I can physically, you know, change about it. So it's a complete waste of my energy if I'm going to sit there and get cross and So it's working.
You just say, so
Don't know where that came from. Money penny. I didn't know what the hell that was.
Nick Massett is waving, saying hello.
Hi Emma. Thank you for joining us. It's so lovely that we've got our like friends joining us.
Yay! So nice.
I know we haven't met Kelly, but you know, I'm considering you a friend now. Hope you don't mind.
Please, pretty please.
I think we're friends. I hope you do too.
So Kelly said earlier whilst you were talking that she had the partner's family over, I think. Let me just go back. Partner's family popped round and it was whinge, 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 and I turned it round to be positive conversation. That's really good.
Fun.
She said also, rather than being so reactive, I've been thinking before I speak. That's awesome. Well done.
That's a high five, by the way. or a high 2.5.
It feels so much better, doesn't it, when you're able to do things like that?
Yes, it really, oh my God, it really does. And yeah, even to the point of things like, oh, that's it, because I've been toying with, how much do I want to express my opinion and how much do I want to be quiet, especially where, I'm a recording artist and I'm trying to get myself out there and get into the public arena. It all gets a bit scary, doesn't it, when you start to put yourself out there, your opinions, your thoughts. But then at the same time, I feel like I've got a duty to speak when I think I should speak.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult balance.
Stifled.
Yeah, and also I don't want to be one of those like mute people that don't say anything, and then when the time comes they go, well, where were you? What were you doing? Oh, I sat there being scared of saying my bit. So I've been choosing my moments when I want to actually speak up about things, and it's been really interesting because like on Facebook, you can just get taken down by people. They're like vicious.
Oh my God, it's scary.
It can be that. Yeah, it can feel scary.
Twitter is the worst.
Oh,
Twitter's brutal.
Oh, I'm on Twitter, but I'm not active. So
I'm not on it because it's so vicious.
Oh, really? Yeah, you can get trolls as well, can't you? Who can be particularly bad. But it's more upsetting when it's like someone that you know and you end up having a bit of a like dispute or whatever. So what's really nice is, again, I've taken the emotion out of it. My old bosses used to say this to me all the time at work, like, take the emotion out of your communication. You can't help it.
I don't want to. He's like, okay, just down and
I don't know what you mean. I am not emotional.
Who is she?
Get her out of the meeting room now. Yeah, I don't know what they meant, but I've been taking all of the emotion out of it and just posting facts and just and not accusing anybody of anything, and not so I should give the context. So there's this thing going around Facebook saying like, oh, in Scotland some asylum seekers have been doing some really terrible things to a young woman. I'm not going to say the word. Like, oh, they kept that quiet kind of thing. Nicola Sturgeon kept that quiet kind of thing. And so I thought, right, that's really concerning and worrying. And I would like to think that that should be on the news and not be kept quiet. And I went online and saw that actually it was men from Latvia. And yes, I did have to Google if it was part of the EU or not, because I'm really not politically minded or inclined, and my geography is terrible. So I'm not. Yeah, I am not putting it out there that I'm any kind of boff. But yeah, 2004, they joined the EU. So I was like, right, so they're not asylum seekers, actually. They are members of the EU. And it's not, still doesn't make it okay, but it's incorrect information. And it had like 40,000 shares. So I just put underneath, they're not asylum seekers, they're from Latvia. And someone replied, oh, how do you know that? And I was like, according to a BBC article, apparently, and I just kept it really simple. And then one guy replied, she's lying. Oh, the lefties don't like it when we, do this and that. And they're from Pakistan and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they looked like they could have been from Pakistan, but according to the article, they're from Latvia. So it was interesting because I'd written the facts and because I wasn't emotionally involved in the thing and I hadn't accused anyone of anything, I was just correcting a fact. I felt fine. I was like, he can crack on and he can say I'm lying. And I just replied saying, well, according to the article, that's as far as I know. And then I was just like, and then I stopped the notifications because I was like, mic drop. I really don't need to go into it any further. But at the same time, I feel like I'm doing my bit to kind of dispel any myths if they come up.
That's really hard to do actually as well, because I find I it's not a topic that I want to get into now, but like with the whole Black Lives Matter thing and All Lives Matter and all of that, I got into so many debates also with friends that I ended up just getting so frustrated, and it's so hard to you need to put an argument put across is best done rationally and without emotion, as you say. And it was so hard to keep the emotion out of it. So it's such a hard thing to do.
It is. But when you do it, oh my God, it just relieves you. Like, you're not worried about what other people are thinking, because it's just a fact that you put out there. You're not saying any opinions or anything.
Yeah.
And you're not feeling crucified. You're like, that's there, but if they want to get angry, that's their thing. Like, I haven't said anything. And it's just lovely, because it just means that you do feel like you're doing your bit to, like, you know, contribute and you know, if you see a lie, you call it out as being a lie, but at the same time, you know, you're not losing sleep. That's really nice. But I have also been doing lots of work on myself where I'm not letting what other people think of me bother me so much, because really, as long as I'm okay with me, then I think that's where it's important. If you've got a moral compass and you're happy with where you're at, then but it is hard. It is hard to do that.
Really hard.
Have to keep your head. And that actually leads on nicely, doesn't it, to our topic this week about boundaries and when is enough enough. Not in that context, though. But it's like when you love somebody and when you're, you know, when you're invested in a relationship, it's difficult, isn't it? Because the lines then get a bit more blurred, and it's difficult to know when to draw that line, you know, because they can be pushing past your boundaries. And when do you draw that line, and when do you reassert that boundary and say, okay?
And also the boundary pushing can be little by little, that you don't actually notice it.
Yes. One of my friends is going through a divorce at the moment, and she's been having these kind of training courses in recognizing a narcissist and how they can how they manipulate you, and it's over a period of time that they do it. So it's really interesting, been listening to her as well, where she's been learning a lot about how that can happen, because sometimes it often happens without you realizing it. But I do think that you do feel it, don't you? If someone's crossing your boundary and you're not really comfortable with it, you're going to feel it in your body somewhere.
Yeah, you'll feel it, but then if we're talking about relationships, then you will bury it because you are in love with the person, or you're scared of the repercussions of you asserting yourself. So you will put yourself second and put them first and make excuses for them to make it okay. And that's where it starts.
The making excuses is classic, isn't it? Yeah, I agree. Like, I had a situation not too long ago where I was feeling like, you know, we're not in a great place, but, you know, I care and I love this person. So, and then they're like, you know, still expecting me to be there, you know, in the same way that I was. And it's just like, I had this creeping, foreboding feeling in my tummy. And I thought, oh, I think I'm not okay with this, actually. Like, that was the thing that let me know that this was not okay.
Yeah.
And so I started to like love it.
It's not feeling okay with me. Sorry,
oh my God. So I sat with it, and then I was like, okay, I think I'm actually not comfortable with this. And then I was realizing, like, okay, and I feel like, you know, I think it's when you feel like you're overgiving, and you're not getting back from the other person, and you start to feel like a bit of a mug, don't you?
You do, yeah. You start to resent them as well.
And it's really important to nip it in the bud, because if you let it go on, then it gets too late, and then you're over it. Like, you're over the relationship, you're like, we're done. Like, and they might even realize that in that time you've been getting over it and falling out of love with them, basically.
Yeah.
And that can apply to a friend, it can apply to family. And it's so good to just be, I think, to be able to address it at the beginning and try and talk about that. How I keep losing you. I hope it's not stuttering.
Oh, I'm not
No.
losing you.
Okay.
So we'll keep going.
Yeah.
And hope that we don't lose anyone. Can everyone hear us okay? It's not cutting out. Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. And it's about, I suppose, also having the respect for yourself to know what your boundaries are as well.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, with past relationships, I would stay in relationships, as you well know, right till the bitter end. Like, I knew I wanted to break up with them. I knew that it wasn't right, but I would feel responsible for them, or feel guilty, or thank you, Kelly, saying it's okay. I would have this mothering instinct and just feel bad for them. You know, and to the point where it was then to my detriment. And then it was only when it got really, really bad that I would then suddenly just switch. But it's because I was spending all that time, as you say, falling out of love with them, with all of these things happening, without me addressing the actual issue. And then suddenly it's like, boy, bye. Thank you. Next, in the words of
and it's such a shock to them.
Yeah.
Like, really, I guess we need to give them the opportunity. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go on. I was just saying, yeah, and you're like, I'm over it, I'm done, bye.
Yeah, that's it. And we're not giving them the opportunity to make any changes because we haven't communicated it. So it is really important, I think, to communicate it.
Yeah.
And also that whole thing of, I think it's good to be cruel to be kind, because not only are you being kind to yourself, but you're being kind to the other person in the long run, because you're giving them the opportunity to make a change because they may not be aware, but also you're giving them an opportunity to grow, because even mum did it to me. Like I was like getting all upset about something and like talking about it, and she was like, do you know what, enough, like I can't do any more than I've done, and if it's not good enough, then I'm sorry, but that is it. That's all I've got to give you, kind of thing. And you know what? It was like a weight lifted when she said that. I was like, oh, okay. Like, so I'm just gonna have to like deal with this. Like, this isn't gonna move. This isn't gonna change. And it's like, okay, now. I'm so pig-minded, aren't I? Like this little stubborn ox girl. It's like you will have to go around it.
A warrior princess, I will put
Thanks.
it. Not a stubborn ox girl. A warrior princess.
But it was just so like, okay, so I'm gonna have to go away and sort this out.
Yeah.
And that was actually really helpful to me to hear, because like mum was asserting her boundary. She was like, this is as far as we go. And then I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's amazing. And then that made me have to go away and do some growing, like, and changing myself. So yeah, even though it might feel like you're being unkind and you're not, you know, and you want to give to that person, but at the same time, sometimes you're doing them a disservice as well.
Yeah.
Giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting how we can also think that we're doing the right thing, like trying to be super nice and accommodating, but actually sometimes that other person is like also not, your face. What are you going to say?
No, nothing. No. Nothing.
I'm waiting.
No, I've literally got the giggles.
I'm waiting for you to be like, well, I didn't want to tell you.
No. I'm just going to get myself more wine. Hang on.
Oh my God. What is she like?
I don't have my butler in the bath to serve me today, so.
Oh, where is hubby?
Playing golf.
Oh, lucky him. Lucky him. You're happy now. But yeah, so that I'm trying to be good.
Why?
I don't know. I'm trying to be good.
Why?
Because I have been getting into a little bit of a habit of having a little drinky poo in the evening, and I think it's not good to do it too much.
How many drinky poos in the evening?
Oh, only one. Just one.
That's fine. They say that's good for you.
Okay then.
Doctor told me that anyway.
And I paid him to.
Kelly, what are you drinking today? I don't know if you did actually say, but we missed that one. I'm not sure if Nitmatics Emma is still here or not, but everyone just let us know what you're drinking.
Or if you can relate to what we're talking about, because talking about what? Maybe it is time to lay off the wine. But yeah. Oh, and we also need to say, Georgina, our sister, she's not with us today because she had to do something. But yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed having our extra sister craziness going on.
I think I definitely made it easier for everyone last week having my hair straight, because looking at us now with the crazy curly hair, if there were 3 of us on screen, I really don't think, I think it would be very confusing.
I think that would have been so much fun to have all 3 of us on there with curly hair just to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly Kin says, I agree with you. It's best not to bottle it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same, what I'm finding really interesting, because of all this like high vibe stuff that I've been following and trying to do, is like we're focusing on the solution, not the problem.
Yep.
So when I'm feeling like, so for example, when these lines are being crossed and stuff, it's so helpful to and it's so difficult to do as well, is to kind of have that approach it with, this is how I'm feeling, but without making them feel blamed.
Yeah.
But then also to be able to have your sights on where you want it to go.
Yeah.
The conversation, whether it's and not trying to change the other person at the same time, but like explaining how you'd like maybe it to go forward. Oh, yeah. It's so funny. The screen just froze on your face in such a funny expression.
What's the face I wish you used to do as a kid?
Oh, yeah, not that one. But no. But yeah, it's about knowing when, but then sometimes there are those awkward times when it's just about saying goodbye to that relationship as well. And
and it's about knowing when goodbye is goodbye.
Is necessary.
I'm way too good at goodbyes. I can't sing to save my life. Sam Smith.
Kelly Kins is saying sometimes we do because we're afraid of causing arguments, and that's exactly it. Yeah. And
exactly. Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, it's also good to know when is enough. When have your boundaries been crossed too many times? You may have communicated it several times, and maybe they're apologizing a lot, but the behavior isn't changing, or maybe that you're not able to adjust your thinking about their behavior, so you're still feeling unhappy. And is it time to just call it a day? Would you be happier not with that person, like in your life? And that's hard. It's a tough one, and you feel really guilty when it gets to that point. But I think you've got to do it for your own self-love, haven't you? Like for your own well-being. If it is that bad,
because
you can see I'm winding my hair and like nerves about it, because it's just like, no one wants to be that person. But sometimes I think you've got to admit when enough is enough.
Is this your elaborate way of breaking up with me, Lise? Live on Instagram. She's like, so,
never.
My t-shirt is kind of alluding to it.
Yeah, no, my t-shirt. So explaining my t-shirt in I am enough is not as in I've had enough. It's like I am good enough, I am enough, like
Yes.
I don't need to be anything else than what I am.
Yeah.
And you too, like you are enough too.
Apart from you've added an extra word in there and put not. For me, you are not enough.
No, I didn't. Cheeky. Wait, Kelly says partner borrowed £100 off me, then on payday instead of paying me back spent it on a man's toy. Should have done something but didn't. You definitely need to say
Kelly.
something.
That just reminds me, yeah, my ex used to do things like that all the time. I've got a few exes, so you don't know which one you are. You can't say that I'm talking about you on Instagram. Yeah,
see,
that, yeah, you definitely need to, that's disrespect.
Yeah. And assuming, like, you know, taking liberties, taking advantage. Yeah,
you need to be like no.
But when you're in a happy place, not when you're angry.
Yeah,
otherwise you'll do a me and do a massive rant and then have to apologize afterwards like I did to my friend. But yeah, I think,
or you can get all of his other toys and sell them and get the £100.
We are joking, Kelly. We are joking.
No, that's not a good advice from
we do not advocate burning them either.
No, not at all. Or cutting them up.
No, we don't advocate cutting up possessions and things. Or locking him out of the house for a week and just no, we don't recommend any of those things.
None of them.
Oh dear. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about the enough is enoughness.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, I think it's an act of self-love.
Mm-hmm.
You might feel a bit guilty about it, but I think you got to reconcile with that.
Yeah.
And find a way to be okay with you standing up for your needs and your desires and your boundaries, and just be like, yeah. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
I mean, I remember, Jen, you were feeling really guilty, and I just had to keep reminding you of why you had no reason to be guilty.
I have no conscience. When? When was that? What? Oh, with the split before.
Yeah.
So guilty.
And I think we're just pulling ourselves back, aren't we? We're just pulling ourselves back, and really all the behavior that person has done to contribute to you feeling like this is enough for you to walk away and not to feel guilty about it.
Definitely. But also I think that was also a bit of an excuse not to do what I needed to do, because it's the fear of the unknown. And if anyone knows me, they know I hate being alone, or I used to hate being alone. I now love being alone, apart from when my husband's here, because I love him. No, I used to hate my own company. I used to hate it. Hate being on my own. Even if like I was meeting a friend for lunch and I turned up at the restaurant first, I would feel so uncomfortable sat at the table on my own.
Yeah.
I would just be so uncomfortable. And now it's not a problem. But for me.
But then, so that was you distracting yourself then a little bit.
As well, yeah.
Yeah.
I
think we all do that.
I think I wallowed in the guilt to stay in the relationship for longer.
Mm-hmm. And do you think there was a little bit of like punishment in there? Were you punishing yourself for a bit? Because I remember one ex, I had to end it with him and I was devastated because I didn't want to hurt them, but it's impossible. I had to hurt them to break up with them. Like it just wasn't working for me. I didn't feel it in the same way that they did, and it was horrible. And I punished myself for like a year after we broke up. I just punished myself. I know, because I just felt so bad for like making him feel bad that I just wanted to make myself feel bad for a bit. I mean, it's crazy, really. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
I know, but we do these things, and I think God, we really need to give ourselves a break.
Yeah.
You know, like it's to forgive ourselves just as much as we forgive others. Oh, and that is the other thing as well. Like, if you are severing ties with someone, the best way to do it is with love and with forgiveness.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to, like, if you're not on speaking terms and it's not appropriate to talk to them, you don't have to tell them you've forgiven them. Just feeling the forgiveness in your heart is an awesome thing to do. And to wish them well, you know, send them love and wish them well. And that
so
puts you in good
really
stead.
Off topic and really random, but I am looking into Buddhism.
Oh, love it. So can you read it? Because I can't read it backwards.
I'm only on page 3.
Okay, but how are you finding it? And what's it called? And who's it by? So, you're not going to be able to pronounce that, are you?
Oh, no, I can. Introducing Buddhism, Chris Pauling.
Oh, okay, cool. I was expecting some Tibetan monk name.
No, there he is. And my neighbour actually gave me this book. So, you bought me a book once, an introduction to crystals.
Yes.
And love that book. Thank you. And I got it for him because when our cat died, David, when he was really sick, my neighbour brought me a crystal over to keep with David, to give him strength and conviction in whatever happens. And David slept with it every night. And he had blessed it because he's training to be a Buddhist.
Wow.
And I asked him, what crystal is it? And he said, do you know what? I don't know what crystal it is actually, but I've blessed it, and you know. So I thought this is the book for him, to get him a crystal book, because he looks after our kittens when we're away.
Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, we'll have to put a link to the crystal book in the description, because I think that's written by Wolf's sister, and she's awesome.
Yeah, and also the crystal shop on the Isle of Wight.
Jurassic Gyms.
We'll put the link to that as well.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely. But can you tell me, are crystals related with Buddhism? Because I didn't know that, if that's the case. Or is it just that he happens to be into both?
No, I think he's into both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only on page 3, so I have no idea if crystals and links.
Yeah, oh, all right. Well, when you've finished it, you have to feed back, because I do find Buddhism really interesting. But I'm really sorry, I do kill mosquitoes because I'm allergic to their bites and they bug the hell out of me. In a minute, you're going to do that annoying voice you used to do when we were little.
What's that one? Oh!
I still now.
I used to do it in your ear.
Like nails down a chalkboard is horrible.
I hope I didn't have anything in my teeth. Right up my nose. Then.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Oh, so
yes, so I'm going to feed back, because actually a lot of what my neighbour said helped when David was passing. And the reason why, hello, sister.
Hi, George. We're just finishing up in a minute. But thank you for joining.
So there is method in my madness of going on to this topic, because he, when obviously it's a different kind of letting go, when it's enough, with our cat David, when I had to let go and choose to have him put down. And my neighbour actually had some really, really good philosophy about everything is transient, and that's why love is so precious. It's because it's never forever. And that's why if it was forever, we wouldn't treasure it as we do. And love is so precious because we always know at some point we are going to have to lose it. Oh, that was really, and he had
that's a lovely way of putting it.
Yeah. And he had a lot of really, really good things to say that gave me comfort with David passing. And that can also be with relationships and things like that. So I'm going to read this book next week and get back to you.
Okay.
With some info.
God, that will be quick. Good for you. You're a fast reader.
Well, you know, since the government decided to scare everyone with, we've turned a corner and it's not in a good way, my treatments have gone down a little bit. So I've got more time on my hands.
Oh. And we're coming soon as well.
Yes, you are. You're coming to see the kittens.
Oh, I think we've got to wrap it up now, haven't we? We've got to wrap it up.
We do. We have to. I'm just going to show you one of them.
I'm enjoying your beautiful
shells. Last time. I showed you. He's literally just been asleep.
Which one is this one?
This is Frankie.
Hi, Frankie. Oh, you're so cute. Cannot wait to meet you.
Yay.
Oh. All right, sis.
Yay. Well, thank you everyone for watching.
Yes, everyone, thank you.
Oh, George, nice to see you on here.
I know. You're back now. She's obviously out of her. Oh. All right. Well, we will. I wanted to do a poll to see what everyone wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we need to do that. I mean, to be fair, I have done a couple on my stories before, and I didn't get a response. So, if you want us to talk about something, make sure you respond to our story. Should we post one tomorrow?
Yes.
A poll.
Yes, definitely.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow evening, because we get a lot of people watching this back.
Yeah.
Tonight and also tomorrow morning. So anyone who's still watching, well done. You've got staying power. Do have a look out for our story tomorrow evening.
Oh, and do we need to do the draw?
Well, kind of no, because I haven't sorted it out, but I'm gonna do one and then post it in the comments.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's all right. We don't have that many viewers to be worried about it at this stage. It's okay.
No. I ran out of time. I was putting on my dress.
Right. You're totally forgiven. All right, sis. It was so lovely to chat with you.
Yay, and you.
And yeah, let's keep all the high vibe. I'm loving this like positive high vibe stuff going on.
Woo. I think next week I'm going to come in fancy dress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I almost did today. I almost came as a Viking.
I love that. I love that. All right, guys, have a lovely week. So much love.
So much. Lots of love, guys. Oh, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe and the bell button so you get notified.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, guys. Take care. See you next week.